We get a good bullish reaction here, maybe. Look to the left here on NQ1.
Dang, bro.
AW, man. Congrats.
Oh, that was the hardest one of my life, bro. All that for fucking $2,000 is gay as fuck, bro.
You know what you're really going to hate? When price just
What?
starts to plummet here on some bullshit news or
Oh,
something
I'm
like
still
that.
holding. I'm still holding. I'm still
Oh,
holding.
okay. Good.
I still have contracts left. I was in 50 contracts, bro.
I know, that's a little silly, man. Well, PM's cooked, probably.
Yeah.
Did you see like some dude on TikTok or something? He's made a post on Tuesday. He's like, just take a short position March 18th and hold, maybe over the weekend into Monday or Tuesday, and you can thank me later. And like he just called the top.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny. 1,000 points later.
What? Oh, maybe.
But yeah, was there a way to get in here for the short? I mean, obviously, 1225 here looks great. Yo, you mind muting real quick?
You have Venmo? Ask if he's Venmo.
Here, man, I'm gonna server mute you real quick, just so I don't have the background noise. But yeah. All right. So yeah, based on the reaction we've had to previous week low here, it doesn't really seem like we want to be bullish quite yet. I mean, if we get like something, V shape here, maybe the 3 or something, we could get a long after, or the 5, when we get the close. Um, but yeah, so far no sign of wanting to reverse quite yet. What I was doing on NQ1 here is I was trying to go back to see like, okay, what could we potentially be going for lower here? Do we have delivery anywhere? And like the next point, the next FEG we'd run into, the next roadblock would be 23.3. So I don't know if, you know, we're going to reverse quite yet, but that's still another 800 points away. And I don't think we're going to get 800 points this session. So we'll just have to see. All right. This 1 minute maybe. We're going to run into a 3 minute. Part of me is tempted to take calls, right? Just like anticipating we, get like a good reaction at this low and then keep going, but I don't know if we're really gonna like move too much, this afternoon, considering that was like, in my opinion, the target for the day. And I think we're just looking to get like a retrace here. So if we're looking, maybe we retrace to this high. Maybe that's low hanging fruit, and then lunch highs is like final TP for PM. Obviously, only if we get like probably the inverse of the 3 and 5 here. But yeah, how'd you guys do today? Wow, this V shape actually looks pretty good. Part of me just wants to take the inverse here because this would be our 1 minute CISD plus the inverse and then go break even at the gap, but I don't know. I don't think today's an options play day, but maybe I might keep track of like one, like maybe 585 or something. Just see what that does coming into the end of the day here. So failed CISD so far. Wrong bias, wanted longs. I only wanted longs if we broke about the 1 hour. I posted that in the reliable like channel. And I think Dodgy also mentioned that, right? So this 1 hour here was our condition, and then because we didn't break it, we were just obviously bearish, right? Pretty easy to become bearish when we get this candle down off open. And they kind of just been like a bearish trend day for the remainder of the day. I think the rest of the day here is pretty easy. We just watch to see if we get the long. If we don't get it, then there's no trade. But yeah, my one trade was like the 5 minute long here to try and rebalance this after we tapped into the 15. I just entered a position when we got the 1 minute here, this candle, and just held it up to the 5, made a quick, it was like 15 points, and that was it. My goal for today was simply to try and find a one-to-one opportunity with like pretty low risk and just get the minimum I needed to get the payout. So that was all I did today. And I got it. And then I took a trade on eval. I think it was some 30-second or something trying to get to previous week low. And we just couldn't get it. But I can't really remember what it was. Maybe it was like a 1 minute breaking. That's what it was. What 1 minute was it? This one, maybe? I think. Like, yeah, I tried like this. And I got like the few points I needed to pass that eval. So that's about it. How much did I risk for the eval? I just took it with a mini. You got grilled today? I know, dude. I saw you trying to long when we still had previous week low below. And I told you, I was like, listen, man. Like, this short was the play. Like, this is what, if we would have gotten this during PM, I would have taken this to previous week low, but we just got it before PM. And now all we can do is look for the retracement long if we get it. So FU short here. This kind of reminds me of like the 2 minute from yesterday. But this is like super, super, super discount. Like below previous week low is kind of crazy to take a short. Well, I guess people took my advice and didn't log in today. If we don't really have too much going on, which honestly I like the volatility right now, so I'm probably gonna stick around. But if we start to die out, we'll probably wrap up stream early. Unless you guys have questions, then I'll stay on as long as you guys have questions. And then I think I'm gonna try and get out next quarter's schedule. Um, it's a little bit weird at the start, okay? So we're on this week, off next week, but then we have, I think it's Good Friday on the 3rd. Yeah. So we'll be off, the market will be closed that day. And then we're also, if we're off next week, we'll also be off the 10th, and then we'd be off the 24th. Is that cool with you guys, or should I change the schedule so that we're only off the 10th or the 3rd and the 17th next month? Because if we take next week off, we're going to be off for the next 3 weeks for Friday. Okay. The only other thing is too, I need to take the 24th off. So what I might do is I might trade the 10th and the 17th with you guys and then take the 24th off. And then we'll take the 3rd off. So we'll take next week Friday off as normal. We'll take the 3rd off for the holiday. And then we'll trade the 10th and the 17th. That way, instead of only having one Friday next month, we'll have two. Okay? So we're basically just swapping the 3rd and the 10th. Yeah, previous week low has been swept. Your chart may be delayed. Oh, the 30-second this morning? He found it subjectively A plus. Obviously, mechanically, it's not. But subjectively, the reason why is because when we violate this 30-second, we're in the clear to go up to that 1 minute here. And the 5 minute here doesn't matter because it's not significant yet. We haven't rejected it. And in terms of liquidity, we ran out all this sell side. So we got a decent reaction there, and then we put in the CISD and the market structure shift on that 30-second close, which those two confluences make this move up to this presentation gap more high probability, right? And then after we tap the presentation gap, the inefficiency, we obviously dump from there, right? So that was the reason why he found it subjectively A plus. I don't think it's the best trade. I think what I did, which was just entering, anticipating the move, in a way is better because you're not having to like fade the 5 minute. But I understand it. In terms of liquidity, it makes sense. And that's what he likes to trade. That's what he likes to focus on. So double sweep of the low here. Maybe now we get a move up if we get like the 1 minute. Takes us back to PM high at -4. -2 to 2.5 kind of lines up with the 5 minute. I think if we get the 1 minute CISD, this will take us up here. At least to the 5 minute gap. Okay. Yeah, it's just subjectively in terms of liquidity. You know, something that, you know, you might like if you trade based on liquidity. Which 1 minute? This CISD here, this 1347. I think if we close above it and we get the CISD, we'll go to the 5 minute up here. Yeah, but what told you that it wasn't immediately was the fact that we got the market structure shift and the CISD. We were going to move up here to this inefficiency. We were going to move back to 50% before heading lower. And then the reaction of 50 was going to tell you that, okay, we were actually going to reject here, right? That's why he covered all. It's just a scalp. It's just a scalp play versus a reversal play. This is like a retracement play. Now, is it something that we're going to take often? No. Is it A plus? I don't think so, but obviously he's got his own criteria that he looks for, and he found it A plus, so it's just different. It's just a different style of trading. Yeah, if we close over this, exactly. Because this would be our manipulation leg here. Yeah, -2 lines up nicely. Maybe I actually will take a CISD play here if we get it on eval. I'll take like the retrace if we close above. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, so there's our CISD, right? You can obviously enter on the close, or you can wait for the retrace. Normally with CISD plays, I wait for the retrace. And this was a lot of momentum, so I think this works. And then your stop loss would probably be this candle body low, or wick low here. I don't think we should come down there. So this would kind of be the idea, right? Is either wait for the retrace or just enter now. Target the 5-minute up here, and it's like 2R to the 5, and then maybe hold runners to PM high or higher. And then break even at maybe -1. So 200. Here, guys, I'm trying to be like Joni. Can you tell? We doing longs? Yeah, longs today, now that we swept out previous week low. See, guys, this manipulation leg CISD stuff isn't too difficult. So this might be a situation where it makes sense to go break even before we hit -1 because we might put in the 1-minute order block here, which we probably shouldn't violate if we're going to remain bullish. I don't think I'm going to go break even yet, but if we resweep this high we just put in, I'll probably go break even. Yeah, so I'm going to go break even there. And then just hope that we can get to the 5-minute. That's it, I'm switching strats. I mean, the ICT at the end of the day. There's not really a good inverse there for us, but that's a very clear manipulation leg with a soup reaction, a very clean CISD. So this is technically, if there was a breaker block here in SMR, this isn't really a good breaker, but yeah, I thought this was pretty good. I'll probably scale 60% at the 5-minute here when we hit -2, so like at 215. And we just want to see like a clean move past this high. Unless there's like a 15. No, there's nothing in the way. So yeah, we should be good. I mean, maybe the 3-minute matters here, and so you can scale at 210. You'll be up about 25 points there. But yeah, looks good. Just join me in this. I'm in this, yeah. I said I was taking it. Looks pretty obvious, pretty clean to me. Little standard deviation play. I was reviewing stuff this morning with Plyo and reviewing some of Joni's stuff, and I got inspired. And we weren't really getting the inverse, so I figured why not. So relative equal highs here, just about to hit the high we want. Right, and that could be potentially TP1. So there's that high now. Oof, missed my TP by literally a tick, I think. Maybe I'll just scale right there. Sure. Okay, so filled there. And now I'm holding my runners for 2 of them for -4, which is at p.m. high here. And then the remaining two, I'll hold one for 300. And the other one I will hold for 358. And that'll be about it. Okay. So, kind of talk to you guys through that one. This is why I said yesterday, remember when I was like, I'm never going to write off like a day just because, it's like OPEX or quad witching or news. Like I'm going to watch the day, see what happens. And then if it looks decent, obviously I'll try and trade it. Because this is why, I mean, we got some pretty clean moves today, I think. So if we're talking about inverses here, we have this 5 minute, right? We want to see this inverse now, right? This was like the low-hanging fruit off the CISD. And then if we get that, I think we'll go all the way to 300 here. So here's the hoping for that. But yeah, this is where we'll expect to see price stall if we're going to respect bearish PD arrays and continue to be bearish here, right? It's going to be, the retracement here off the CISD to -2 to 2.5, and then this is where, usually price will stop. If we expand past -2.5 and we get the close through it before even the inverse, we'll probably go to -4 anyway. Also, this is the other thing with the 5 minute that actually makes me like the CISD play better here. Do you see the difference in the risk to reward here on the 5? So if we had to enter up there and then stop loss at the inception gap, you're talking about 50-point stop loss. But on the CISD play, we have a hard fixed risk of 15 points with the potential to make a lot of points. Potentially even 12R almost. Right, so risk reward there, I think was kind of worth it. These are the kind of like plays that I take, when I'm trying to pass an eval, or I have a funded account that I don't really care about as much, but I have conviction and liquidity and that kind of thing. It'll be something like this, right, where maybe the inverse play isn't there, but I see something that like makes sense in terms of ICT, and there's a lot of different confluences, and maybe I don't know the win rate on this play, but I know that it should be good, right? This should be a winning play, and you can obviously do the same, once you get more screen time and kind of figure out the things you like. So, did this play make sense as I was like talking about it in live time? I was calling for it, I think, on like this candle at 1349 or something. But yeah. Maybe the standard deviation projections don't make that much sense because we haven't really talked about that in the past, and even I don't really get it. I just focus on liquidity. So when I project out my standard deviations and I'm using that, I'm trying to align it with liquidity for the most part. But from my understanding, most people that use standard deviations use it to try and predict structure, which that to me I don't really understand. Like I don't really get that. So that's all you needed, Tommy? Nice. Okay, so how many of you guys took this long? You put faith in the CISD. For sure, for sure. What's my thoughts behind VWAP? I don't know. I've never used it. So you guys, this is like the execution so far for me. And then I'm hoping, obviously, for higher. But yeah, 2 o'clock now. We closed below. Oh no, we closed. Is that to the tick on previous week low? That's actually probably a better sign for longs. Ooh, maybe we do go up here. If we would have broken structure, I'd be a little more concerned about this play coming back to a break even. But since we close to the tick, this could come back up. 15-minute had no bottom wick until now. Okay. Maybe this pulls back to the 5-minute here and we go. Hopefully. Last line of defense. Good news is our entry is below the 5-minute here. So ideally, if this is going to remain bullish, we'll just hold this. Unmute. Oh, yeah, sure. My bad. What up, dude?
Yo,
Oh, wait, my headphones turned off. Damn.
um,
What's going on?
I'm still in the short.
You're still in the short? Okay.
I'm still in the short. My runners are. I'm surprised. Yeah, my runners are doing horrible. I thought I was gonna get stopped on that wick. I can't. It was like 2% away.
Damn.
So
I took a long.
if we can run into. Oh, you did, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the monthly, bro.
I know. It looks like we're going to break
I
out of
hate.
that range. Like, I'm ready,
Dude,
but
look at the monthly. Zoom out. Yeah, like we're exploding into this fair value gap. I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it, but
I'm just looking for, like, you know, short-term scalps back up, just trying to catch the retracement after a big move to the downside. That's all. Nothing, full-on
I don't.
reversal, obviously.
Here's yeah. The reason I like the runner is because it's like Friday trend day. Effectively, we've been trending on all day, so we can for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
But if we don't inverse this 3-minute back to downside, I'm gonna stop. But it's whatever. I mean, hey, I sold 47 of the 50 contracts, so
Hey, that's good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Are we back all-time
Where are we
profitable?
going? No, I'm like down $500 now.
Okay, so if these runners hit, then
If these runners hit, maybe.
maybe. Oh, good shit, man. Do you like the idea here with the CISD?
Yeah, if I was bullish, but I'm not.
Fair enough.
Where are we going? Where are we going? All right, good luck. Text me if we re-hit low day.
Okay,
If not, just don't. I'm not gonna wait to see it.
sure. So yeah, I think this 1 minute CIC is just gonna give us -2 to 2.5, and that'd be about it. It's fine by me. I was able to scale 60% of the trade there, so hey, if it comes back, it comes back. So be it. I will have still made almost $300. So 1R, because I risked 300, right? 15 points, one mini. So that's good. I don't think 5-minute inverse there, right? We're still holding it. And it's gone. All right, so there's the trade. All good. Now we have, like, obviously these inverses back to the downside, but it's too low in discount, so nothing we can do. And look here, Plyo failed CISD. We come back to the open, end up resweeping the low, don't close below it, and then we get our CISD. And then that's why the real play works. That's why this inverse fails, guys, because we don't get the CISD. Right. So 1 minute back up here. We're still respecting the 5. Maybe it just came back to knock us out and then go back up. That would be unfortunate. What's my target on this trade? Well, my original target was simply the 5-minute unfilled gap. We came up and we tagged that. And then if we inverse the 5-minute, I was going to target PM high for another scale, this high here. And then if we got past this high, I don't know why it's a line and not horizontal. And then if we got past that, I was going to go for lunch highs, right? And that was going to be the idea. But unfortunately, we got break even on that last leg down. So that was about it. But yeah, majority, I said I scaled 60% here. And then I was going to scale 20% and then 10% and then 10%. Right? Because this is what I thought was the low-hanging fruit. This is what I thought was guaranteed. I wasn't sure about anything else. Unless we inverse the 5-minute. Just a little scout play. This is kind of like Dodgy's little 30-second play that he took to the 50% this morning. It's very similar. So SMT at the low there. See in 40 seconds if we hold the 5-minute bullish gap that we held in the last candle. But yeah, we got this 30-second here. 5 minutes still holding. Yes, now's this time. Now's as good a time as any to pull up the Wordle. By the way, have you guys had access to AM for like a minute now? When did I stream for Ryan? Thursday? Okay, so it looks like we're going to break down. It's a lot of letters to get right off the bat. We could maybe get this. Could be like a cost. Oh, it's not a word on the list. I spelled it wrong. I think it's maybe 2 C's. Maybe it's ASO something. Like, is Mason a word? Okay, so it is AS, so that's good. So it's probably AS something O or something like that, like lasso or there's just like a lot of things that could be here. Can't be Lambo, no. What could it be? I'm really feeling lasso because I don't think it's gonna go OAS, right? Is there a word that's OAS? Oasis? Oh, it could be Oasis. Ooh. Oh my goodness. In three. Yeah, the reason why I didn't go lasso there is because I think we've already gotten lasso in the past. I like vaguely remember getting lasso, but I didn't remember Oasis. Luxury siren, chance, carton, alarm, timer, shake, parking, rattle, fury, roll, concern, noodle, muse, boardwalk, fate. Shake, rattle, but like it's like rattle, alarm, shake, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like Monopoly, but I feel like this is they're trying to throw us off. Maybe Muse, Siren, Fate. Maybe it's Fury, right? Isn't this like Greek something? Yeah. Timer, alarm. I don't know. Onomatopoeia, explain. I don't understand. Rattle, shake, alarm, concern. I think it's these four. Yeah. I think this is it. Yeah. Egg, carton, egg, noodle, egg roll, egg timer. Gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. Let's play another. Oh, we are. We got Bandle. Let's figure out what this is. Kind of sounds like a Post Malone kind of beat. Kind of sounds like Psycho, but that didn't come out in 2021. Maybe it's like a stupid like TikTok trend song. I don't know. I can't think of it. Oh, it's Rodeo by Lil Nas X, I think. maybe it's this one. It sounds like Lil Nas X. I don't know how this isn't him. But this is an Old Town Road, is it? No, it's the other one, bro. I'm stupid. Nah, it's Industry Baby, I guess. Jack Harlow. I thought it was called a different song. I thought that was like I don't know. I thought it was just a single of his. I didn't think it was with Jack Harlow. So guys, if we're in a bearish trend day and price is still respecting bearish PD race here, why is it okay that I took this long? Or that I was interested in it? Or is it not okay? Did I make a mistake by taking this long? Yeah, ERL to IRL, right? That's good, Raid. That's good. Yeah, because we talk about the three different kinds of setups that you can take, right? You have like reversal, continuation, retracement, and in the past I've said that applies to IFEGs, but it also applies to just like basically every type of entry model out there, right? And so, in my opinion, this is a good retracement play because, well, yes, we don't know if this is going to be a full-on reversal because we haven't gotten like a good CISD um, on like the 15-minute or 5-minute or whatever, and we haven't gotten like a good reversal yet of order flow. We have that inefficiency there that's going to act as a draw, and we know that we've already came down and we've ran out major sell sides, so we're probably due for like a move back up, right? That's why I think it's okay to take. Maybe not funded for some people. Maybe it's just like an eval play, but I still think it's very good. It's high quality. We have an SMT at the low. Never trading a single day of rollover. True, true. Yeah, rollover is usually not that good. Oh, I gotta text Dodgy. Oops. All right, so re-sweep the low. You're saying 30-second here? Nah, there's no gap. Damn, we're really going. Oh my gosh, Q Dodgy and like I don't even know, bro. He's gonna he's gonna Hey, it's only 3 contracts, so it's only 3 contracts. He should be good though. Like I don't know what his strike was. Let me go check. That might be the 500 he needed. Yeah, we're really bearish trending here. Hey, I guess we caught the one long. Damn. There it is. WW. What's your strike? Are they zeros? True, true. No sign of stopping yet. Or you could sell now, just say you're profitable long term with options and never touch them again. Okay, 584s. Dude, if you would have held, bro, 215 times 50. Yeah, they'd only be worth like 10 racks. Just 10 racks. A little bit. Yeah. Maybe maybe scale 2 of them at like 24. Okay. Checking Q1. Dude, what if we go down to like 23.7? No, there's no way. Not 400 points. No way. QQQ's at 582.50. You're like $1.50 in the money right now. Yeah. Dude, I saw Sienna got shut out yesterday in the last 6 minutes. Like, just literally did nothing. uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if we V shape here, man, what do you
What?
think? We got like a 2, maybe a 5. I think this is a 5 minute. No, it's not okay.
Okay. See ya.
2.
Let me know if we hit low day again.
Okay. Yep, there's a 3 minute. Now, the problem is with this 3 minute is I don't think the gap is too obvious, and I feel like we need the CISD in order to confirm the actual reversal since we've been in a trend day. But that's good momentum. That's good momentum. All right, wait. Let it cook. What I might do in this position is just risk, if we were to take it, the amount that I made from the original. So that worst case scenario, we're break even today. And then if it goes, we could be up way more. But okay, sounds good, Sam. Well, oh, this setup now, momentum died, so it's dead. That's about it. Like F minus. I don't know. Days like this make me value college. Wow. Interesting, interesting. I mean, I valued my college education, even though it wasn't the best, because it kind of gave me like a plan B. But honestly, this just has to work. Yeah, once every 3 months. So it's once a quarter. I just don't know if that plan B is actually that good anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it felt good in the moment. Like, yeah, I was setting myself up, and then AI came out, and now I'm like, I don't know if this plan B. I feel like I have to make a plan C. If this wouldn't have worked out, because I don't think plan B would have worked. But I'm glad plan A worked. No, I don't have to worry about plan B or C. My general story, I mean, same as anyone. I wanted to make money and invest, and I found out about options, and I didn't really know about futures. Futures seemed a little like too complicated and difficult to get into because of margin requirements and whatever. And I didn't really know about prop firms back when I got into this stuff in like 2019. So I had some leftover money from school because I was actually paid one of the years, my sophomore year, to go to school. I had more money in scholarships than I had in expenses, and so I got to keep the difference of that, and that kind of started the journey. And then I also got money from playing Fortnite that I'd saved, and that was part of the journey. And throughout college, I worked and I had a girlfriend, so I had to pay for stuff like that. But that, I mean, it was just pretty much the same as all of you. Just wanted to, initially I wanted to try and find a way to have a secondary income, make money off of options and that kind of thing. And then it turned into the full thing. Will lawyers get replaced by AI? Probably public defenders, but probably not the big dudes. They'll probably just be aided by AI. Like, I think the lawyers will still have to come into court and make the arguments and assemble the cases together, but yeah, for sure, tis. Well, you're not gonna have to worry about that, Seb. We're gonna make it work. I also need to kind of reframe some of your guys' thinking behind how difficult this really is because, well, yes, this is a very difficult job. A lot of people fail. Prop firms make it a lot easier. You know, technically, you don't even have to necessarily be profitable to be profitable trading prop firms. And so that should definitely ease a lot of your guys' worries. You just have to have a system that has, decently positive expected value, decent, long term ROI, and know that while, yes, you may blow 2K of eval drawdown or 2K of funded drawdown, you're only losing $80 at a time or $60 at a time or $10 at a time if it's Apex, in these evals. And if you pass them and get a single payout, you're making much more than your investment. So, you can obviously be profitable long term just doing that. And there's so many prop firms out there that even if you get, banned from one because you hit their max sim funded payouts, there's always another, right? And so while you're learning how to become profitable, you can take payouts, maybe while not being on paper the most profitable trader. But then once you get to a point where you found your edge and you're actually profitable in like a live account setting and that kind of thing, you've still been able to achieve that goal because you were able to, take those prop firm payouts when you were less profitable, right? Does that make sense? Like when we talk about having an edge and being profitable, most of the time people are talking about, beating the S&P, beating QQQ, that kind of thing, beating the market, right? But in my opinion, there's two stages of profitability, right? You have that, which is obviously being a profitable trader, right? Most people will never achieve that in their lifetime. It's very difficult, right? I mean, it's all algorithm based trading now in order to do that in hedge funds and that kind of thing. It's very rare, right? Only 2% of traders ever achieve that. But there's the secondary, thing, that the tier before that, which is profitable trading prop firms, and that's obviously churning accounts and just cycling sim funded payouts and just doing that. And that's what a lot of people on Twitter that you see do, right? Like Lanto and Brian and whatever else, right? Would a trading a live account be better for me? Um, because the risk is so low on prop firms, I don't think so. Like as long as prop firms are a thing, I think I will continue to use them. But eventually, if prop firms were to shut down or something were to happen, I would probably switch to a live and just trade that. Yeah, I feel good about trading a live because of the longevity of the accounts that I have. Maybe in the past, not so much, right? But I'm coming up on almost a year now on these apexes, and there's no sign in those blowing up. And yeah, exactly, Tommy, exactly, right. You could have a technical error, and you could have a bad fill. You could news could come out and slip your position. None of all that stuff is isolated in a prop. And then also it changes how your taxes are structured, right? So that's the other thing too. I'm not saying, like, I don't really know if it's better or worse trading props versus live account in terms of taxes, but I know that it's different, right? Like with taxes, you're seen as a 1099 employee through prop firms, but for a live account trader, it's like short term capital gains. But I think with futures, it's different. Paul, what I like to do is simply focus on the funded. And then if you like having a secondary account, right, that you can kind of take dumb trades on, like keep that, right? Having eval and a funded at the same time. But um, you know, I think that you should be looking to get payouts, right? Because that's the whole point of what we're doing. We're trying to get paid. And that way you can take your payout money and you can put it into your next eval and your next funded and whatever, and then you could scale from there. But right now what you're doing is scaling without any proof of concept, and so you might eventually scale and scale and scale and then eventually get to the funded and end up realizing that there's new hurdles that you have to overcome, and then you end up having all these fundeds but no proof of concept, right? Yeah. But Was I expecting us to keep dumping after taking the low? Yeah, because we held the 5 minute. But yeah, I mean, we're just continuing to respect every bearish PD array on the way down here, so we just have to continue to anticipate lower prices, right? I was watching NQ1, and I might pull up QQQ here just so I can see, where the next liquidity levels are. Like you see here on QQQ, we have what looks to be a low from November that we're coming up on. November, oh my goodness. We actually are coming down a little. Almost 10% off the highs. It's tempting. It's tempting to want to buy some long term here. I'm not going to lie. I do like the idea. But probably want to see some confirmation first. I remember when I bought long term last time, there was a really nice setup that came off the lows, so hey, that's good. 2 break even, 2 profitable weeks is good. The goal for each month should be like 10R, by the way, guys. I hope we didn't like conflate your perception of what you should be doing a month, but like a good month is 10R, right? That's you know 2K on a 50K. No, I'm talking about GC1 for gold. Most of the time when I talk about it, XAU is the 4X pair, the GC1, and then whatever the current GC contract is, like looks like GCH is the current contract. Maybe not. That doesn't look right. GCJ. GCJ. There you go. Yeah, for sure, Tiz. Well, I hope you get it, man. Do you guys like it when I share the payouts when I get them? I've been trying to do that more. It's really easy with Lucid because of the way that they structure their oh, excuse me, the way they structure their payout program. I send you a little email and stuff after. It's very nice. But if you guys don't like me sharing my payouts, I'll stop doing it. I use the flexes. The Lucid flexes are between 80 and 100. I use 50Ks and um yeah, that's about it. I just know one of the big things that people talk about online is like transparency and showing payouts and that kind of thing. So I like to do it for you guys, but I don't know. Nobody's really ever said anything about it or really cared, so I wasn't sure if you guys wanted me to keep doing it, but I'm guessing a lot of you guys are here just every day and you're watching. Okay, for sure, Murmar. Um, I post them in like the PM chat, like the day of, like if I get it, and I don't know. Sometimes I post them in the Profits channel, but I don't know. The last Lucid payout I showed was the it's on my birthday actually. Yeah, the 10K challenge was cool. Was cool, and I tried to be transparent about that, but we didn't quite get there. I made 10K profit, but I didn't get 10K a 10K payout. So almost did it. Yeah, 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 for sure. I have a nice buffer on Lucid now. I think this next payout I'll go for the max. I think I'll only need to make like 2K or something to get it. Yeah, I trade micros. Sometimes I trade up to 10, so almost a mini, or I guess a mini. I have a big problem with respecting prop for money. Yeah, 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 for sure. Um, I have the same problem with evals, but with fundeds, I treat them with respect. And let me ask you, Reid, when was the last time you got like a prop firm payout? I honestly, I don't think I brought it up, Miramar. But I mean, I honestly cover for him often enough where you guys end up getting an AM stream a week anyway. So maybe sometimes it's even two or three. So like in a way, it's almost like your idea is already here. Like this week, I covered for him once. I've already covered for I covered for him on my birthday. So that's like two that I can think of off the top of my head this month. I covered for him basically this morning. I usually risk 200 per trade, Monkey. But yeah, okay, so because you haven't really gotten a payout, you don't really realize that it's real money. So I don't really know how to like flip the switch in your brain to like make you realize that it's real money because I can never go back. Like to me, prop for money that's in a funded account is real money. Like that's money that I can pull out, you know? Now I will say I find ways to justify it after the fact, like if I blow it, you know. And I'm like, gosh, man, like technically I could only withdraw half of that. Or if it was like a new fund, then I'm like, well, that was really only $80 or whatever it was. So like there's that, but never do I think like, oh, this is just play money, it's just toy money. There's a level at 24050. Okay. Yeah, maybe buy a straight to funded. Is this a trend line for me? No, it's too steep. If you're talking about like this 1 minute, nah. Take a look at the pinned trend line that I have in PM chat, and that'll give you a good idea of what I look for when I'm looking at trend lines. It's from 729.25. And that's okay, Monkey Man. There's people that have blown hundreds of accounts with no payout. So you're in the right place. We'll figure it out. If you have questions, let me know. I mean, if you want to look at it like that, Raid, that's fine. You can look at it like with a bunch of you can look at each account as like just trading with more size, but you have to be like right enough in order to do that. I feel like you have to be really down with the process, and you can't like revenge trade. You have to like take the trades themselves seriously, even if you don't take the account seriously. If that makes sense. Maybe that's one way you work through it. Because if you don't take the trade seriously or the account seriously, you're never gonna find consistency. But if you don't take the account size seriously, like obviously it's only $80, but then you find a way to take the trade seriously and you just like full port the accounts, on a Lucid Flex, there's no consistency on funded. So with those accounts, you get one good trade, you're up huge. You only need 4 days of 150 after that. That's like 25 points on 3 micros. And there you go. You can request a payout. 5, 10K, whatever it is. Over 5 accounts, obviously. And that's not necessarily cheap. Those are 450 a pop, every 5. So but also, I mean, I talked about it this morning a little, Raid, but you need to get over the idea that like risking more and trying to pass accounts faster and whatever is going to get you to your goals quicker, because in reality it's not, right? Like taking it slower actually will get you to your goal quicker. Because by trying to go faster and be desperate and egotistical, or just trying to get to your goal by over leveraging, you're going to end up building bad habits that go against profitable trading in long term. You're going to end up spending more money, wasting time. But if you just go slow and build a good foundation, it's going to be quicker to get to your goals in the long run. Uh, 80% payout split with MFFU, 90% on Lucid. Other than that, I don't know. Maybe the pricing. I haven't looked at an MFFU flex. Yeah, we're completely just grinding down here. fairly confident I won't be taking it today. I agree. I think the one play we got, the CISD, is about the only setup I see that I would have liked. And I'm glad we didn't miss it. I'm glad we got it. So sometimes that's all you can ask for is a one and done. Especially on a day like today with OPEX and quad witching. Got 1K on a Friday, then over that weekend, Spy was tanking. Then later in the week, Trump comes out to say that the war is over. Then Spy shoots back up. Now this time I got MU calls a day before earnings, and now the market tanks. Damn. Switch to futures. Rate 201. 201. Probably like a C trade. I mean, it makes sense because we delivered out of the 5 minute, but we were still in a 5 minute when two. Yeah, no, it's not good. Waiting for the 5 minute inverse is actually better there. But yeah, if you waited for the 5 and took that, that's okay. Only because if we were bullish, we wouldn't have inversed that. And if you're anticipating we go lower, then well, I guess on a bearish trend day, that's possible, right? It's an FU short. Jacko, I'm good. How are you? What would have made it A plus? Because I saw it as we retraced the previous swept swing high. The draw on liquidity. The draw on liquidity was not good. Longs or shorts? I think we're bearish right now still, right? Yeah, 2-minute inverse here. Looks like we're just gonna keep dumping. But yeah, I'm never gonna be like really interested in a um short if we sweep out like major sell side, right? Mechanically, it's just okay, yeah, right? Because we swept out this liquidity here, this high, and then we get the singular gap and we get the inverse and it's V shape. So yeah, I guess mechanically it's okay. It's a good continuation short setup, I guess. Like A maybe, but subjectively it's terrible. Uh, I have to save those accounts for the other giveaway I'm doing. Otherwise, I would check. Oh yeah, DMs is fine. Appreciate it. 100-point dump on gold. How do we miss this? Wow. All right, you too, EJ. Good luck in the raids, man. So yeah, I think at this point we ran out that low on QQQ, right? Oh no, we still haven't ran it. Okay, maybe that's why we're still dumping. So yeah, once we run this low, I we have to get a reaction, right? At some point. So I'm really just looking at, like, I don't really do this often, looking at QQQ, but I'm really looking here to see this level get hit because there's no other liquidity on the other indices, right? Like on NQ1, there's nothing, we've hit it. On NQM, we've hit it. So the only thing I have left is this low on QQQ, and if we don't get a reaction there, then I guess we'll just keep dumping for the foreseeable future. We're down 500 points today. Just barely missed that low again on QQQ. Think we may get a setup or not? No, I don't. I don't think so. We got 45 minutes left. I mean, maybe we get like some last second PO3 long. I'm not going to be married to the slow on QQQ. I'm just watching it for a potential reaction. But if we start to pump, obviously I won't care. We have the potential CISD, I guess, on the, what would this be, the 5 minute, 4 minute? 4 minute looks good. If we fail to get that, maybe we'll come back to the low. Do I measure CISD and break a structure from wicker body? Body. Body for CISD, wick for break a structure, actually. Power at 3 is an ICT term, correct. Um, I just think it's kind of overcomplicating the whole thing. Like with my system that I have, it works, and I don't want to try and fix something if it isn't broken, right? So I've heard good things. I mean, there's people that use it obviously, and they find success. So you're more than welcome to take a stab at it and collect some data and figure out if it works for you. But I don't really mess around with it too much. I know Ryan has in the past, but he kind of came to the same conclusion. Hey, almost done, Sokoban. What'd you think so far? Alrighty, guys. I really don't think we're gonna get too much today. Um, so I'm probably just gonna wrap up here. I appreciate you guys for sticking around and trying to get something out of today. But I guess I'll respond real quick to Sokoban. It's good. I've been trading for years, but somewhere last year learned about NQ and Orb and FPG model. Okay, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that should be the plan. Well, yeah, like I said, I think that's gonna be it for me. So we'll be back Monday. I thought this week was pretty good, and I want to carry that momentum into next week. So have a good weekend. If you guys are going to be there tomorrow for IFGs of the week, I'll be doing it. And yeah, I'll update you guys with the payout later tonight. So on that note, goodbye, everyone.